Hello everyone, and welcome back to this amazing channel once again. I am super excited to share this recipe with all of us. Like, before I made this, I had to check online if I could see any recipe relating to this, but I couldn't find. Then I had to create it myself as usual. Like, there's no vegetable oil, no margarine, no butter, but this tasted so amazing and came out fluffy. It's my palm oil cake. Yes, you heard me right, palm oil cake. So for this recipe, I started by scaling or weighing out or measuring out 40 grams of palm oil. Guys, make sure that the palm oil you are going to use is a good one, a quality one that wouldn't give an aftertaste to your cake. Yes. So to that, I added 50 grams of granulated or white sugar to it. Okay. The granulated sugar, or you can also use caster sugar, it will work out fine. Now to that, I added my 1 whole egg. This egg weighed 65 grams. Okay, added 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and then added my white vinegar, half teaspoon of white vinegar. Guys, like I said, the palm oil you're going to use for this recipe must be palm oil that will not give aftertaste to your cake. So be sure of the quality of the palm oil you are going to use. Now I added 1 teaspoon of my combo flavor. I always tell you guys, try this my combo flavor. It tastes so amazing. Okay, I will drop in the link the video I made with this combo flavor where I told you guys about the flavors that I mixed together, combo flavor. So next thing, I went ahead to mix everything thoroughly, just as you see in the video. Then I added my all-purpose, sifted all-purpose flour. You can also use cake flour if you have any, but I don't have cake flour, so I use my all-purpose flour. So that is my 80 grams of sifted all-purpose flour. So, like, if you also want to use your electric mixer, you can use that for this recipe. But here I'm using my hand whisk, and I make sure that I whisk everything till the flour is thoroughly mixed in the batter. Then to that, I added my 40 grams of liquid milk. Okay, 40 grams of liquid milk. I went ahead and mixed everything together so that I will loosen this my batter and give it a good consistency. So once I was done mixing the batter very well, I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder into this and make sure that I mix in the baking powder so well into the batter. Once I was done mixing my batter, I set it aside, then went ahead and greased my baking pan. Yeah guys, I was supposed to put a baking paper at the base of this pan, but I found that my baking paper has finished, so I had to use one of my cupcake tins to place at the base of the pan. Then I transferred the whole batter into my 4 inches pan, and then I had to bake this in my preheated oven at 150 degrees for 50 minutes. Yes, for 50 minutes, and the cake came out so well. A skewer inserted into the cake must come out clean. I had to turn out this cake on my cooling rack so that it will cool down completely, and once the cake cooled down completely, I wrapped it up so that it will become moist. Like, I don't want it to be so strong, like, because if you leave your cake outside, the cake is going to dry out and it's not going to be okay. So but when you wrap up your cake and keep it for some time, it's going to turn out moist. You can see how fluffy and how well reasoned that this cake is. Like, it's giving yum. So now the cake has stayed for some hours and I was ready to slice and enjoy this cake. Like, this cake tasted so good. You guys need to try this cake. Like I said, if you want to try this recipe, make sure that you use oil that will not give your cake aftertaste. Okay, use a good oil or a quality oil that will give you a perfect taste. Although even when you are eating the cake, you may feel the taste of palm oil because it's palm oil that you use for this cake in the cake, but if you use a quality oil, it wouldn't be bad. Like, it will taste good. The taste and everything will balance so well.